Hey guys, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in to the Big Pasta 92 YouTube channel. We are here today going over the SM Armory Raw 2-pull guide. It's a little bit of a different pull now that the AoE cap is in full effect, right, with the AoE splitting damage. So I decided to do a new video just to go over how to do the 2-pull method on a relatively low geared level 60 mage. I got a couple pieces of tier 1, like one piece of tier 2, but largely this guy's still got like pre-raid bis. I brought my summoning alt along just to get like a little bit of a, you know, a ratio on how much XP you're gonna get in the run on a level 25 gnome warlock. So yeah, in the beginning of the instance, just to get it pulled off, there's just to get it started off, there's 2 ads in the beginning. You just kill them and then, you know, full mana gems, all that jazz, shields up, and start running through the courtyard. Make sure not to pull anything until you get a little bit closer. If you see the evokers, just blink right past them. The aggro range is really far, level 60 to 36, right? You're gonna have to be going pretty close to the mobs if you're actually gonna aggro them. So once you get up to this little safe spot, you're not going to pull anything. You can go ahead and drink and buff freely. Make sure you have ice armor, intellect buff, dampen, which I forgot right here. And then, you know, fresh shields, ward, fire ward, and then drink to full and start your pull. Rank 1 arcane, explosioning all the way through the hallway and making sure to counterspell that far mob on the left there. Then use a calculated blink, Fire Blast on that left mob as well, and then you just jump across the ledges using rank 1 arcane explosion to pull all the mobs along your way. So here you're not going to want to make sure you don't use another ice barrier until you come around the corner here, because you want to have a fresh ice barrier with full damage reduction duration right after you use this blink here. So here you use a fresh one that you can go into the ice block with, fresh mana shield, use the fire ward, and then ice block and let them all bunch up around you. So at this point, you want to make sure that your boost E is still like right next to the entrance to the instance, because while you're doing that whole pull, the Pats can actually, you know, they can aggro if they're low enough level, and my guy's 25, so it's best that they just kind of stay right in the start area. So this is where it's a little bit different. You want to start with a Flame Strike here, and then immediately rank 1 Blizzard, or rank, you know, you can max rank if you want to, if your mana regen's a little bit better. I like to rank 1 Blizzard out of it just to get them all slowed. In case a couple resist, I have to do anything, I don't commit a lot of mana. And then once I know they're all slowed, they're not going to resist, I then commit to the max rank. But, so I use the Elemental. A lot of people don't, but I like the Elemental a lot, and I'll have a link to the spec that I use in the comment section below, or in the video description, rather. But it's just a big combination of making sure that you don't kite too far away from these mages, because they're refueling your mana, right? And I get a little bit far away from them here, and making sure that you're using your Elemental's freezes to just kind of keep them clumped up, keep them under control, and then getting good flame strikes off as well to get maximum damage. Once you get them in a nice clump and the flame strike blizzard combo is really hitting, you'll get them down pretty quick. But that's basically what you do. You get them in that freeze, flame strike, and then try and blizzard as fast as you can before too many of them get out. And it's just going to do massive damage to them. The difference between this and the old pull being obviously there was no elemental in the old pull, so you only had your own Nova to work with. And that was a little bit limiting, especially if there were resistors. You'd need to use the cold snap to get the double Nova off. It was a little bit more complicated. So this actually goes, you know, even a little bit smoother in some aspects. The biggest challenge that is presented with the new AoE cap is mana, right? So you're seeing here at the end of the pull, I'm really running on E, even with the mana battery, mages just shooting fireball after fireball at me. It's still really low, but that's the first pull, and we're just going to skip ahead here and get to the next one. We don't need to watch me finish killing those. So you're going to want to move your boosty up to this staircase over here, alright? So we're going to skip ahead, and I'll show you which one I'm talking about, the little staircase up here that connects you to the second half. Right, so make sure your boostie's at least like at that staircase, not on it, but right outside it, so they're not going to pull, just to make sure they get all the XP. And then you're going to drink up to full, use your shields again, and you're going to start this pull. There's a couple reset spots up here too, if let's say you forget a buff or something like that. I don't have them in this video, but I believe, it's really simple. Just the first ledge on this wall, like right when you take the left up here, I'll pause the video and I'll show you. So right when you start this pull here, this cannon right here, if you jump on top of it, there's a ledge right behind it. So if you ever need to reset the pull, you can always get back to this cannon, jump on this cannon, and then jump right on the ledge behind the cannon, and that'll reset after about 10-20 seconds. There's a couple other ones in the boxes too, but you can look those ones up. All you really need to know is one. So blink through those 3 mobs after Arcane Explosion, the first mob at the top of the stairs, and then continue to rank 1 Arcane Explosion on every single other mob as you go. Go straight through these mobs in the middle. Don't Arcane Explode until you're all the way through them, because you don't want to take unnecessary hits. That's just not a good idea. And then blink straight through these mobs, looking behind you, double checking the distance, making sure you give them enough time, reapply shields, get your ward back up, and then hit your ice block. The reason you want to give it a second and make sure they're close is sometimes the guys at the back of the hallway at the door there is they'll be so far separated they'll start casting or something halfway through, and then they won't be in range of your Nova, and you don't want that. So you run out Nova, use your Flame Strike right off rip, follow with a rank 1 Blizzard, just to make sure they're all slowed right when you know they are. You're good. Hit that max rank Blizzard if you want to. I decided not to just because they were pretty much out of the Flame Strike anyway. Then you go into the Elemental Nova, another Flame Strike, meanwhile making sure not to go too far away from the mages because you want them to keep feeding you mana. So big damage here, big damage here on all these mobs. And then this is also, you know, similar. This is how you used to have to do it. You run up to the side and use your Nova. That's how you stopped them the second time around when they got too close before the Elemental. So I incorporate that a little bit as well. Just make sure you have shields up when you do go around and do that little side Nova. And then you hit them again with the big damage on the Fire Blast. Easy fucking stuff, boys. Easy stuff. Takes a little bit of practice, and like you're gonna want to make sure that if you're trying to get a Flame Strike off without the Nova, right? If you're just trying to get it off between blizzards, you're gonna want to make sure that the blizzard slow is at its 4-second max duration when you start casting, because it's only a 3-second cast on Flame Strike, I believe. So you're gonna have an extra second to work with 2 global cooldowns and get that next blizzard down. It's cutting it really close. So you got to make sure you hit it at the start of the blizzard slow. But that's it, guys. That is it. If you do this, and then I also have a 1-pull SM Cathedral guide on the channel. If you want to go check that out as well, you can do both of these runs in 1 lockout. And people, I mean, they sell like hotcakes right now. After the AoE nerf, they've been selling for like 90 gold for 5 runs of each SM Armory and SM Cathedral. So check out that video as well. Make sure to like and subscribe, and also drop a follow on Twitch. Check out the channel on Twitch. That's Big Pasta 92 on Twitch TV, and we're live 5 nights a week doing viewer boosts. You can come check it out and maybe learn a couple new tricks as well. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye.